Hello and welcome to my first ever video of an FM save on YouTube. My name is Liam and I hope you enjoy this video. So I've decided that my save idea would be to manage Newell's Old Boys and to work our way up to the top of the table to become a dominant force, whilst hoping to bring through many young talents via the Youth Academy. Speaking of young talents, this is a team that helped discover Messi when he was very young before he moved to Barcelona. And it also was home to many other great Argentinian players, such as Gabriel Batistuta, Walter Samuel, who else? Pochettino, Maxi Rodriguez, who I think is still at the club, as you can see here. Maxi Rodriguez, some of the names I've just mentioned, and a lot more. Some players I think are still at the club. Ignacio Scocco. I'm going to get these names wrong, so might as well get them wrong early so we can get out of the way. Yeah, it's an interesting save. Lots of players that are recognisable, at least the past players anyway. Yeah, and it even had it was even home to the brief spell of Maradona's career when he was playing. I think he was about 30. Around then anyway. I think he played 5 games in the league for them. So yeah, they worship him to this day still, obviously, being the legend that he was and is. And also you can see Bielsa, quite interesting. The stadium is named after him, so he's obviously an absolute legend, player and past manager. He did a lot. There it is, Bielsa. So yeah, a lot of history and yeah, very interesting really. Bit about the history of the club. It was founded by, I think the name's on the icons as well. Claudio Newell, yeah, see, founder. He's got British roots because I think it was to do with a few British people and stuff like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think it stems from there anyway. And the nickname Los Leprosos or whatever, I think it's the lepers for us, but it's called that because they did a friendly like fundraiser in the 1920s for a leprosy clinic. So pretty interesting. The history with records and competitions, they've got I thought it was 6 Premier Division titles, but obviously it says here 3. I mean, maybe it includes these here as well. The first phase closing, yeah, it must do. They've just changed the setup now, but yeah, I think it's 6 titles they've won in the league, and they've finished runner-up twice in the Copa Libertadores. So quite painful. Hopefully we can add to that. Like I said, I'm not too sure how long this will last, but you know, if I can get a good career out of this, you know, I'm a big fan of having long saves on Football Manager. We just see where it goes. But yeah, now we've just done a little brief background. I'll quickly look at the club vision so we can see what we expected of us this season. Develop players using the club youth system, which is brilliant because that's what we want to do. Attacking football. Hopefully we can fulfil that. I mean, it's the best way really. The usual work within wage budget, mid-table, so it's quite nice. It means maybe if we have a chance to play some younger players, we can take a few more risks, maybe not care too much about always trying to win game after game, although winning is the best, obviously. But yeah, and then slow progression it looks like, which would be perfect for what we want to do here. So yeah, I mean, I've just taken over. The finances, I mean, quite low, not amazing, but we'll see. Obviously, I haven't really managed in this league for a couple of Football Managers now, and usually I go Boca Juniors. So yeah, I mean, it'll be learning along the way, really. Speaking of Boca, I just want to see the rivals. I think they're all in the same league. Yeah, so that's fierce rivals, and then yeah, they're in the league, and so are they. Okay, so we've got 3 teams that we don't get on with, so that's nice. So let's see the squad then. We'll quickly have a look over these players. I've got my custom viewing of the squad, and I've downloaded badges. I tried to get faces, but to be honest with you, I just wanted to get this video done, and maybe I'll add them in a future video. But yeah, we'll have a quick look through the players. I'm not sure if it goes out of order really, but that's our goalie, Alan Aguirre or something. I'll just call him Alan, much easier. looks solid. Looks really solid for this level. And our backup on loan, yeah, just looks decent, just a loanee. One of the centre backs, again, he's 35. Yeah, old, but looks like he can do a job definitely this season. And reports show that he's definitely probably our best defender. There's been a game already, as you can see, which I think is the Cup. Copa Argentina, which we have Boca Juniors in the next round before the league starts. I'll discuss more about that when we get there. But yeah, there's a few players. I won't bore you look at them all. I'll just look at the standout ones. They're just solid players, really. Batola looks like a good left wing back. Solid defence mids here. He looks interesting. Interesting name, but he looks like a good player. He's 22 years of age, and yeah, he looks like he's quite solid all round. Got good potential, it looks like. So yeah, he's interesting. As you can see, I think Pablo Perez was on the icon list as well. So again, another really good player. Should be able to get through this year fairly fine, and a key player, I imagine. Team leader. We'll look at the dynamics probably at the end of the video. We've got a couple of injuries here. Dennis Rodriguez, 9 to 10 months. Ouch. Achilles tendon. Okay, well, he's going to be out for the rest of the season. We have an 18-year-old here who looks lovely. Like I think he'll probably get a lot of game time. He needs to work on a few things, obviously, but I think the main player, attack mid, he's injured. This guy, he's out for 2-3 months. His legs have gone, clearly. But yeah, maybe they can share the role this season. And there, Maxi Rodriguez, he's had a brilliant career. This could be his last year, maybe one more after this if we can try and keep him on, because I think he's club captain, and mentally and technically he's brilliant. So yeah, that's interesting. A couple of good little wingers here with potential. Again, I think this is a guy on the icon list. He's been around for a while. I think he had a brief stint at Sunderland. Didn't do very well. But as you can see, technically, mentally, brilliant. Physically, less said the better. But yeah, we've got a guy on the transfer lists. Yeah, we'll get into these players. We'll become familiar with the team, I'm sure. And we'll quickly dive into the youth. So it's the most interesting. I've noticed it's got strong squad reserves, very strong under 20s, which I haven't had when I started the game for ages. And I think there's a ton of players in it. I mean, we've got loads out on loan already. I just think we have loads of players, so I'll have to sieve through and loan some, sell the ones that are slightly older that aren't really going to make it now. But we'll see who's highlighted. This guy stood out because he got 5 stars and he's 17. And he looks really, really good, to be honest. A lot of 15s already at 17 years of age. Got a bit of pace, determination. He can pass, he's off the ball. He looks very good. I'll have to train him and make sure we get the best out of him. Labelled the next Jose Sanfilippo. I'll be honest, I don't know who that is. I'll probably look it up maybe and discuss that later on. But I love this when they compare it to someone. Obviously, it'd be lovely if we get our youth intake soon and someone's compared to Gabriel Batistuta or one of the many greats of the Newell Old Boys history. So I won't spend too much time on this part purely because I could probably be here for absolutely ages. Look at the staff. I mean, I'll sort all this out afterwards, off camera. But yeah, I just wanted to set up this video, let you know what I plan, and we can take it from there, really. The plan is I'll do all the bits and bobs now off camera. I'll obviously play Boca Juniors' first game of the season in the Cup, so it's a little bit of a letdown. Maybe I can do a double header there, but we'll see. I think I'll just try and have a formation that suits our side and just go at it with Boca. It's the first game of the season, really. People aren't fit, so we'll see where the gap is between us and Boca, and we can kind of judge what we need to work on after that. So I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, you can see Team Cohesion's pretty terrible. Hierarchy, Max Rodriguez, Formica, who's the guy who's out injured, and Pablo Perez again. So they're quite an old team, considering he's also 35. So yeah, old, but they have their uses. So yeah, we'll see. Cool. I think I'll leave it there, and I'll release the next video shortly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know if there's any things you should suggest, or need maybe even plays to look at straight away, or tactics they like and think might work with a bit of an aging team, and that we can bring through some youth. So yeah, that's it really, and yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.